Alright guys, welcome to Tales from Telara episode 2. This week we're doing a video entry. Yay! Less writing. Yeah, last week we did a text entry, we looked at Silverwood, we looked at leveling 1 to 20, we looked at the general riftiness of Rift. This week we're still going to be looking at the riftiness of questing and leveling, but as you may see in the title, we're going to be looking at leveling with PvP. We're going to be looking at the war fronts available at low level and how they work, and if they're worth doing, and how you can level with PvP. And basically the reason for that is, if you're wondering, basically Aaron, aka Sully Vans, who works for the site, you know Sully Vans, everyone knows Sully Vans. Yeah, he's got a bit of a PvP fetish going on at the moment, and he's like, oh, you've got to do a PvP video, you've got to do it. He's like, I'll do nasty things if you don't do it. I was like, oh, Aaron, whoa, it's alright, you'll get your PvP video. So yeah, we'll be looking at some PvP-ness towards the end of the episode. Towards the end. Don't know if this is the start or the end. Yeah, towards the end of the episode we'll be looking at that. But first we're just going to be looking at what we've been doing and what's been happening. So we got a patch. There's some level 50 stuff, but we'll do that later. Level 50 stuff, don't need to talk about that. But we got coin locked. So what is coin locked? Well, I logged in the other day to find a little coin on my screen with the no entry sign. Yeah. And basically my account was coin locked. So I could still play Rift, but I could not sell or buy anything or delete anything. So my account was like, if someone hacked into my account, was like, right, we're going to liquidate all of your assets from your characters and sell them on for gold. That can't happen because it's coin locked. And the only way to unlock your account is to send a confirmation to your email address, your registered email address, and get a little code. A bit like the Blizzard Authenticator for WoW. But you can still play without this one. So basically the way it works is whenever you log into a new location, you get coin locked and you have to verify that location. It goes by IP address, so if you don't have a fixed IP like me, I don't have a fixed IP. Every time I reset my router now, I'm coin locked, and yeah, my ISP is quite rubbish, so I have to reset my router regularly. But it's not hard. It's just a little 4-digit code that you get. I think 4 or 5-digit code, and it's really cool because like my account is safe unless they hack into my email account as well. But yeah, my account is pretty much safe and it's free, so thumbs up. But yeah, I've got to do this authentication thing every time I reset my router. So anyway, talk about leveling. Since we've been gone, yes, since we've been gone, we have been leveling to about level 33 with a mixture of PvP, questing, and not so much rifting. All right, so rifts is the title of the game, so it's all about the rifts. And I found in Silverwood, whenever the questing got boring, it was like, oh, there's a rift. Let's go to the rift. Let's go get some planarite. We'll get some shards. We'll buy some gear. Basically, you participate in rifts. You get token loot. So you get your planarite, which is your universal currency. Planarite's used in every sort of planar transaction when you buy stuff. It is, yeah, basically what I said. And then you get the shards, and you got the blue shards, which are like the rare shards. Then you got the epic shards, which are epically rare. Yeah, so those shards, they change as you level. So in Silverwood I was picking up one set of blue shards, and when I moved to Gloamwood, I was picking up a new set of blue and epic shards. And they're pretty cool because you can buy some blue and purple gear whilst questing, and that's pretty cool. You don't have to wait till your max level to get some decent gear to boost your leveling. But the thing is, Silverwood was the cool place. That's where the cool kids hung out. Like everyone who finished the start zone were in Silverwood, and it was like, oh, there's a rift. Oh my god, a rift is so cool. Let's go to that rift. Let's see what's going on. And you get major rifts. And basically, the way that rifts work is the more players you have there, the harder the mobs get. They turn into elite mobs, and the more mobs you kill, the harder the mobs get, the more loot you get, and you're more likely to get rare and epic shards with more enemies and harder enemies. The problem is, as you level, people level at different paces. So when you get out of Silverwood, you know, there's only like 10 people in the zone. So it's like, you go to Gloamwood, it's like, oh, there's a rift, okay, let's kill it. Oh look, there's only 5 of us here. Or there's just me, I'm going to solo it. And then it's like, you get rubbish rewards. And it's like, huh, I could really use a pair of those epic shoulders or that blue helmet. And it's like, oh, I don't have enough currency because I haven't been rifting too much. Basically because there's no one in the zone. It relies on players, and players are doing other stuff. They just want a quest, or, you know. So, haven't been rifting so much, and as a result, the questing has been a bit meh. It's like, you need the rifts to sort of mix things up a bit. And otherwise it's just questing and PvP, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, the questing somewhat boring, and I've been missing out on all of the awesome rift loot because it's kind of boring to like solo a rift. To be honest, it's kind of like, yeah, let's pull the mob out. It's like, and you know you're not going to get epic rewards at the end. You know all you're getting is like, oh yeah, some planarite. That's cool, but you know, what's the difference between questing and killing solo mobs by myself? I'm doing the same thing. Obviously, got the dungeon content. I ran a couple of dungeons. Nothing to write home about here. Yeah, it's your standard 5-man content: tank, healer, 3 DPS, tank and spank, and don't be a noob and stand in the fire. What more can I say? Yeah, there was one interesting quest, which will highlight me as a big noob. Basically, in Gloamwood, which is a level 20 to 25 sort of zone, there's a quest with a hag, and she curses you. So she curses you when you meet her, and then she teleports you away, and you go away with this curse. And I had no idea what this curse was. I wasn't paying attention to the quest text. But apparently this curse transforms you into a werewolf, and once you are a werewolf, guards from your NPCs will attack you, basically. Your guards in the town will attack you. So you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just handing this quest in. Boom, I'm a werewolf. I can't hand the quest in anymore. Oh, why are you hurting me? It hurts. Stop. Not the face. Not the face. And pretty much that's how it goes with that. The way to get rid of the curse is to kill the hag. Now, I went to kill the hag, and I was being a bit lazy, so I didn't kill as I went along. I ran all the way there. Got to the hag, started DPSing her, and then some mobs caught up with me, and they took me down. And instead of running back to my corpse and starting the quest again, I decided to stay there and soul walk. Soul walk is basically every hour when you die, and when your character dies, you can just resurrect instantly, well, almost instantly, where you died, so you don't have to run back. So I was like, oh, I've got 8 minutes on my soul walk. I think I'll stay here, and, you know, I'll just chill for a bit. So whilst I was chilling, there was some other people came along, and they joined me in a group, because in Rift you have public grouping, so if you leave yourself open for grouping, they can just tag you and be like, right, you're in my group. And I have that open because, you know, I'm a friendly kind of guy. I like to help people. You know, if they want to join my group, they can join my group. But yeah, they joined my group while I was dead. They killed the hag. So I got the quest complete. And you got to summon her as well, so that's part of the quest. So I got the quest complete. And because I was still in soul walk form, I didn't get the curse taken off me. So I was running round. And just as I went to hand in any quest in any town, I was like, ah, you're a werewolf, you're dead. So that was fun. Fortunately, there is a way to get rid of it. You have to sneak into town and speak to a guy, and he cures you. But like, he's like surrounded by guards. His little hut is surrounded by guards, so that was fun, trying to sneak into your own town, getting PvP flagged because you're attacking your own guards as a werewolf. I thought that was quite unique and interesting, to say the least. And yeah, don't leave yourself open to public groups while doing the hag quest in Gloamwood. Pro tip. So yeah, that wraps it up for the quest content. We're going to be looking at some PvP next. Alrighty then, we're going to be taking a look at some leveling with PvP in Rift. Now basically, you have 2 warfronts available to you from about, I think it's level 10 onwards. I'm not quite sure. My first warfront, which is basically a battleground, took place post level 20. Basically, you get your PvP menu, and you have the Codex, and the Black Garden is open to you. Whitefall Steps is level 30. Now, PvP in Rift is pretty much your standard affair. If we take a look, you got the Whitefall Steps is basically your Warsong Gulch, your capture the flag kind of thing, except instead of a flag, or it even says capture the flag, but you've got some like source stone that you need to defend. Codex is more of an Arathi Basin style affair where you have 4 bases and you need to capture them and you get points ticking over resources. But basically it's got a bit of a twist because the Codex, in the middle there's a place called the Codex, and that gives you 5 points per tick, whereas every other post gives you 3 points per tick. So basically you just need to control the Codex plus 1 more, and normally that plus 1 more is your home flag. So that's pretty cool. And my favourite is actually the Black Garden because it's a little bit unique. Basically you need to capture the Fang of Regulos, and you've got to pick it up and then you've got to hold it for as long as possible. And basically the Fang does damage to the person carrying it over time, and it does more and more damage the longer they hold it. So they're going to need healing, and they're going to need to hold it, with allies around them. And the interesting thing is, if you stand in the middle, you get more points per tick. If you stand farther away near your graveyard, you only get a few points per tick. So, you got to stand close enough to the middle that you're getting enough points, but not too close to the middle that you're going to get, you're going to lose the fangs. And if you do lose it, you want to lose it in your territory, and you want someone to pick it up, one of your teammates to pick it up alongside you. And I really enjoyed that one. I found it to be kind of cool. I mean, it was, if you want to get kills, that's probably the best one because it's the smallest war front of them all, and it was pretty unique. Whereas the others were just, copycats of stuff we've seen in WoW. So anyway, I've been trying to level a bit with PvP, and the currency you get in PvP is favour. So if we go to the currencies tab, you can see it there. It's favour. It's a bit like honour. And you have many vendors here in the Sanctum PvP area. One interesting thing in Rift is you have a PvP spec or soul. So whilst my other specs do have some utility abilities, like I've got some movement impairing effects, I've got some stun abilities, I've got a charge obviously which stuns. These are all very good PvP abilities. But down this middle soul here, we have all like the utility abilities, like the PvP stuff. And basically your trinket, as if you're in WoW, which frees you up from any crowd control. You actually need to buy your PvP soul. So you go to this vendor here, this Corporal Quartermaster. It's actually 2,500 favour to buy this soul. You buy the soul, and then you spec into it. And obviously, with anything in Rift, you have your root abilities, which come from spending points. So this is break free. This is basically your trinket, and guard. I can intercept and save someone some damage, I think. And basically, you see, I haven't spec'd too far into it, and the reason because of that is you need ranks. So to get the second tier abilities, you need rank 2 in PvP, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, and you can't get your ranks until you're max level 50. So I'm only level 33, so I can only access the lower tier, which gives me increased damage against players. So I've got that increased by 10%. Pretty cool, pretty cool. At this stage I haven't really got that many talent points to spend anyway, so it's all a bit academic with regards to the ranking system for now, but it'll be interesting to see that. Now if you're looking to level with PvP, a loss in the battleground at around level 30 gives you about 3,200 experience, 3,200 experience. A win gives you about 4,800 experience, and that's about roughly what you get from a quest. So if you look at a yellow quest, I get about 3,600 experience from completing a yellow quest, which is appropriate to my level, and sometimes I get 4,500. But yeah, it's basically like doing a quest. Every battleground that you do is like doing a quest. You get some XP ticking over as you complete objectives and as you rack up points. So if I'm in the Codex, the goal is to get 1,000 points. For like every 100 points I get in the Codex, I get some XP, I get some favour, I get some reputation with that guard there. So, it's not that fast leveling. I mean, killing an opponent only gives you about 100 XP. and that varies depending on their level and depending how many of your teammates are around you to get that kill, because XP is shared when you get a kill. So I wouldn't go into a war front and go, right, yeah, I'm going to kill loads and I'm going to get loads of XP, because you get about 500 XP to 600 XP for killing a mob of your level at level 33, and you get about 100 in PvP, so it's not really worth it. Queue times are relatively long. Depends on the war front. Now the Black Garden pops up really quick. The Black Garden is a 5 to 10 player thing, and the others are 6 to 15, Whitefall Steps and the Codex. So it does vary. It would be quite a slow grind to level with PvP, but hey, once you do reach max level, you'd have a crap ton of favour. So I started PvPing around level 27, in the level 20 to 29 bracket, which meant I was quite high, and I'm quite happy to say I was owning face in there, because apparently warriors are quite overpowered in PvP. Not so much in the level 30 to 39 bracket. You see, I'm only level 33, so most of my opponents are higher level than me. They seem to have double the health, and I'm not having a good time of it. With regards to which faction wins what, the Black Garden seems to be on even footing. I've won more than I've lost in there, but still seems to be quite even. The Codex is completely owned by the Guardians. I think this is cross server as well. This is you got battle groups rather than, you know, the old-fashioned system of keeping it on your server. And Whitefall Steps is completely Defiant owned. Never won this match up, but this is a level 30 to 39 bracket, so it's a bit harder playing against them there. So, you know, gives you a brief idea of what things are like on Rift with PvP. Obviously, you've got your quartermasters. Now, these quartermasters, the caretakers, I think the caretakers are all about the Codex, or I can't remember if they're the Black Garden. But basically, you get rep, and then you can buy some PvP gear. And PvP gear at lower levels is basically like any other gear. You got your armor, you got your strength, dexterity, endurance, or whatever stats you need for your class. Later on, if we take a look at some epic gear, until next time, you can see epic gear has Valor stat. The Valor stat is basically like resilience in World of Warcraft. You basically need Valor to stop some incoming damage, a percentage of damage, and so on. And it's kind of cool. Also, you have your rank, so to stop people from getting all the best gear, you need to be a certain rank. Not quite sure how the ranks work. We'll revisit PvP at another time when we are max level, just to look at the ranks. But yeah, so that's basically a quick rundown of PvP. Quite reasonable, not amazing for leveling, but you know, if you just want a PvP, you can level that way. It's going to be slow, and you know, the gear you get from PvPing is pretty good. Take a quick look at my character. I've got some pretty nice PvP gear. Now this is better than any quest gear you can get at a level 25. This is a level 25 breastplate. This helmet's level 30. Like, the only gear that's better is possibly the Rift gear. But as I said earlier, Rift gear is bloody hard to get when there's no one to Rift with. PvP is pretty easy, and whoa. Told you, look at Silverwood. Look at the invasions in Silverwood and the rifting going on there. And then we look at other zones and it's like nothing happening. Anyway, going to leave you guys with some PvP footage. Please take note, all this footage is from the level 30 to 39 bracket, where my face was getting squashed repeatedly, trying to find my way in PvP.